2 minutes, zero equipment, a patch of floor the size of a yoga mat. That's the entire cost of what might be one of the most quietly powerful habits you could build into your life. 30 push-ups a day sounds almost too small to matter, like the kind of thing you'd skip because it feels insignificant next to a real workout. But research suggests this one movement may reach further into your body than most people ever expect. Your joints, your blood vessels, your metabolism, even your brain. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, I'm going to break down 7 ways this simple habit may be quietly working in your favor, and I'll also show you exactly how to start if you can't do a single full push-up yet. Whether you're 22 or 72, this one's for you. Before we get into the mechanics, it helps to understand why a movement this basic even deserves your attention. Go back a few generations and daily life simply demanded more from the body, carrying water, hauling wood, pushing carts, lifting, dragging, climbing, not as exercise, just as Tuesday. Your muscles were under near constant load for most of the day without anyone ever calling it a workout. Fast forward to now, and most of us can go from bed to desk to couch without our upper body doing a single meaningful thing. Our biology hasn't caught up to that shift. It still expects to be asked to work. 30 push-ups a day is, in a sense, handing your body back a small dose of the physical demand it may have evolved to actually thrive under.
And here's what makes this particular movement worth singling out. It isn't just one muscle group doing one job. A single push-up recruits your chest, shoulders, triceps, core, and even parts of your lower body all in the same 2 or 3 seconds. Very few quick exercises manage to touch that much of your body at once. That's part of why researchers keep coming back to this movement when they study functional strength. It's less about how it looks and more about how efficiently it may reflect your overall physical resilience. Number 1. Your muscle becomes your insurance policy for independence later in life. Every time your chest drops towards the floor and you press back up, you're loading your chest, shoulders, triceps, and core all at once. That load creates tiny amounts of stress in the muscle fibers, and that stress is the spark that sets off nearly everything else on this list. When a muscle is placed under load like this, it may activate a cellular pathway called mTOR. Think of it as an internal construction signal. Once triggered, the cell begins a process called muscle protein synthesis, essentially laying down new protein to rebuild those fibers slightly stronger than before. Repeat that daily and 2 things tend to happen together. The muscle itself may grow, and your nervous system may get more efficient at firing it, which is often why strength gains show up faster than visible size does. This matters because starting in your 30s, most people begin losing small amounts of muscle mass every decade in a process called sarcopenia, and it tends to accelerate with age. The people who end up struggling to rise from a chair or who take a fall and never fully bounce back are so often the ones who let that muscle quietly erode for years without noticing. 30 push-ups a day becomes a small, consistent deposit against that decline. Protection for the version of you that wants to stay capable, mobile, and living on your own terms decades from now.
Number 2. Your heart gets real work, even though this doesn't look like cardio. Most people file push-ups under strength and cardio under everything else. But when you lift your entire body weight using your chest, shoulders, triceps, and core, those muscles demand a sudden surge of oxygen-rich blood to keep contracting. Your heart answers that demand by beating faster and pumping harder. String together 30 reps, and you've handed your heart a short but genuine challenge. And over weeks and months, it may adapt by becoming more efficient at moving blood with every beat. This lines up with findings from a widely cited study following active duty firefighters, published in a major cardiology journal, which found that men able to complete more than 40 push-ups in one set had a meaningfully lower rate of cardiovascular events over the following decade, compared with men who could only manage fewer than 10. Push-up capacity ended up being a stronger predictor of heart health outcomes than treadmill performance in that study. I'll leave a link to it below if you want to dig into the research yourself. Training towards 30 a day means you're quietly conditioning the one organ that has to keep working for every second of the rest of your life.
Number 3. Your bones may receive a signal to stay dense. Bone isn't the static, dead structure a lot of people picture. It's living tissue that's constantly being broken down and rebuilt, and your body calibrates how much to invest in it based on the demands placed on it. When you perform a push-up, the pull of your muscles against your arm, shoulder, and chest bones sends a mechanical signal to the cells responsible for bone formation, essentially telling them, this skeleton is being used. Keep it strong. Take that signal away through a sedentary lifestyle, and bone density may slowly decline, particularly after midlife, and especially in women following menopause. That's part of the road that can lead toward osteoporosis, where a minor stumble suddenly becomes a fractured hip or wrist. A daily dose of loaded movement is one of the few accessible ways to keep telling your skeleton to hold its ground. And strong bones later in life are so often the difference between a stumble you shake off and a fall that changes everything.
Number 4. Your blood sugar regulation may improve. Your muscle tissue is the largest reservoir in your body for storing and burning glucose. Normally, moving sugar out of your bloodstream and into your cells requires insulin, which acts like a key, unlocking transport channels called GLUT4 transporters that let glucose in. Here's the interesting part. Muscle contraction can trigger those same transporters to the surface completely independently of insulin. So every set of push-ups you do is potentially pulling sugar directly out of your bloodstream without needing an insulin signal at all. The more muscle mass you carry and the more consistently you use it, the more efficiently your body may handle blood sugar throughout the day. That matters because chronically elevated blood sugar and the insulin resistance that often travels with it sit upstream of type 2 diabetes risk, and over time may contribute to complications affecting blood vessels, kidneys, eyes, and nerves. To be clear, 30 push-ups a day is not a replacement for a balanced diet or medical guidance, but as a daily habit, it may nudge your metabolism in a healthier direction. Number 5. Your posture and core stability may transform. A proper push-up is not just an arm exercise, even though it often gets filed that way. Holding your body in a straight line from head to heel throughout each rep requires your deep core, your glutes, and the long stabilizing muscles running along your spine to stay switched on for the entire movement. In effect, every push-up doubles as a moving plank. Train that pattern daily, and those stabilizing muscles may strengthen over time, gradually pulling your shoulders back and supporting your lower back, helping counter the hunched, collapsed posture so many of us develop after years at a desk. Beyond how it looks, a stronger, more stable core may help shield your lower back from the kind of strain that can sideline someone for weeks, and it may also support better balance as you age, which circles back to reducing fall risk later in life. Number 6. Your brain may benefit right alongside your body. Even a short burst of resistance exercise causes the working muscles to release chemical signals into the bloodstream, which your brain picks up and responds to by releasing its own, including a rise in mood-supporting compounds and a substance called BDNF, or brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of BDNF as something like fertilizer for your neurons. It may support neuron health, encourage new connections to form, and help buffer against age-related cognitive decline. So a daily set of push-ups isn't only reshaping your body, it may also be feeding your brain in the process. People who maintain regular movement throughout their lives tend to show measurably lower rates of cognitive decline and depressive symptoms in long-term studies, along with sharper cognitive performance well into older age. On a shorter time scale, a quick burst of effort first thing in the morning often leaves people feeling more alert and better equipped to handle stress for hours afterward. The cost is a couple of minutes. The potential payoff lands squarely in the organ you most want to protect as you age. Number 7. You build the one habit that tends to pull everything else along with it. This last one has less to do with physiology and more to do with who you gradually become. There's something powerful about an exercise that requires no gym membership, no equipment, no travel, and barely 2 minutes of your day. It removes nearly every excuse you could reach for, which means it's actually sustainable to do every single day. And that daily consistency is where most of the real benefit lives. None of these adaptations come from one brutal one-off session that leaves you wrecked for a week. They come from small, repeatable action day after day until your body has no choice but to adapt. Here's a way to potentially get even more out of it. Split your 30 push-ups into 2 smaller sets, say 15 in the morning and 15 later in the day. That mTOR signal we talked about earlier tends to stay elevated for roughly a day or two after a moderate stimulus. A set of push-ups is often enough to trigger that building signal without creating the kind of muscle breakdown that requires days of recovery. By giving your muscles a second nudge later in the day, you may be extending that building window rather than letting it close. And once you've proven to yourself that you can maintain one small daily habit, it tends to spread.
People who commit to a daily push-up habit often find themselves walking more, sleeping better, and eating a little more intentionally, almost without consciously deciding to. The push-ups become the first thread you pull, and a broader shift toward a healthier routine can unravel from there.
And there's a psychological layer to this too that's easy to overlook. A habit you complete before you've even had breakfast is a habit that's already banked, no matter what the rest of the day throws at you. It removes the mental negotiation that so many other fitness goals get tangled up in. The "I'll do it after work" that quietly turns into "I'll do it tomorrow." 2 minutes on the floor first thing in the morning sidesteps all of that. Now, if a full push-up isn't accessible to you yet, that's completely fine, and you can still capture the majority of these benefits by modifying the movement. The easiest starting point for most people is dropping to your knees in the same push-up position. Same pushing pattern, less body weight to move, easier on the shoulders, chest, and arms. If that still feels like too much, try an elevated version. Hands on a kitchen counter, body at roughly a 45-degree angle, pressing up and down from there. If even that feels out of reach right now, stand facing a wall, hands at chest height, and push away from it before slowly lowering back in. Every one of these counts as a genuine push-up, depending on where your starting point is. If a countertop version still feels difficult, that's simply information. It's telling you the wall version is exactly where you should begin. The muscles fire in the same pattern regardless of the angle. Your heart still responds, your bones still get loaded, your brain still gets that lift. The only variable changing is how much body weight you're asking yourself to move. As you build strength over the following weeks and months, you can gradually progress, from the wall, to the counter, to your knees, and eventually to the floor, letting your body adapt to meet each new level as you reach it.
So 30 push-ups a day turns out to be far from trivial, in whatever form you're able to do it right now. You may be preserving the muscle that age tends to take from people who don't use it. You're giving your heart genuine work. You're sending your bones a signal to stay dense. You're supporting your body's ability to manage blood sugar. You're pulling yourself out of that hunched desk posture, and you're feeding your brain in the process. But maybe most importantly, you're proving to yourself that you can show up for one small thing every single day, and that's often the habit that ends up dragging every other part of your life upward with it. On their own, each of these points connects to research around longevity and long-term health. I'll leave links to some of the studies mentioned in the description if you want to look deeper into the research yourself. But stack them together and repeat them for years, 10, 20, 30 years, and they may add up to something far bigger than 2 minutes a day. So start wherever you're starting from right now. Against the wall, on the counter, on your knees, flat on the floor if you're ready for it. It genuinely doesn't matter which version you begin with. What matters is that you start today and that you come back and do it again tomorrow. The stronger, sharper, more independent version of you 10 or 20 years from now isn't built in one occasional gym session. It's built in the stuff you choose to do every single day. So 30 push-ups a day to some people might sound almost too small to make any real difference, but there's a reason this one humble movement has quietly become one of the most studied predictors of how long and how well a person is going to live. It costs you nothing. It takes about 2 minutes a day.